Welcome back, my DIY nomads. I am back from the Corcovado tour. I'm both sad and excited. Sad that it's over, but also really excited for what I've got planned and some ideas that I've got. I am in my workshop today and I'm trying to build a really cool set of hooks that I can hook stuff like coats and everything like that on the van. I saw a really cool design for some sort of set of hooks that I really like the idea of, and I do like to be original, but these were so badass that I'm just going to have to try and give it a go. So without wasting any further time, let's get started on this project. I've also got some really cool news to talk to you guys about. And if you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe and get some comments flowing below, because this community is awesome when we all come together and we start chatting. There are so many great ideas. So thank you very much, guys. So basically what I've been doing is I've been cutting these weird little triangles just to get the rough shape. This was the first one I did. This is now the second one. I refined this up and even drilled a hole. And what I'm planning on doing is, if you imagine these as the hooks, so they're against the wall like that, they'll rotate around that point, so you can pull them out and they become hooks like that. And I've got this really, really nice bit of wood oak flooring, solid wood oak flooring. And I'm going to cut the pieces out of this, and then it'll be really, really nice and strong and really good to look at. Because sort of that's the way the hook is, and like stuff will be lent on it like that and pulling that way, I guess, pulling it like that. I want the grain of this oak to be going lengthways. I don't want the grain to be going like this, because I know it's oak, but because the grain will be going that way, it's more likely to split and break, whereas like that, it's like a bunch of columns that will flex, whereas that way, it's like a bunch of horizontal columns that is more likely to shear. So I've now got a bunch of these bits cut out. Now I'm not going to have it so that there's just like a line of them like this, because if there's a line of them like that, if you pull down one and then you pull down the one next to it, it's just going to become a giant hook because there's no gap either side. So I've also cut out these blocks, and these will go in between, and these will go in between each one to give it a little bit of space. And it probably means I don't need all of these. And then what I've done over here, so that I can get an accurate drill hole, I've made this little rig here, so I can put the block in, line it up with this bit here, and every time the drill comes down it goes directly into that hole. So that means I can just quickly put in piece by piece, go down straight through, very, very accurate sort of drill hole. Right guys, so I have managed to cut these all up. So now I've got these all lined up. They're all on the actual threaded rod. And on the ends, I've cut out another square piece and I've drilled in a hole so that the nut that I'm going to tighten them up with is hidden. So it's flush with the wood so you can't really see it. And on this side, I've done exactly the same thing. But obviously I've had to remember to sort of reverse the side of the hole so that it lines up properly. But on this side, I have basically epoxied this bolt into the hole so that when I put it through, I can tighten it up onto here, tighten all these up so they're nice and sort of like, not like overly stiff, but you know, they've got a bit of resistance so that when they're in their up position, they don't just naturally fall out. And then, hopefully, if I've done this right, this will line up with them when it's at the right sort of tightness. It's quite hard to calculate. But you know, it's just a bit of a guessing game. And then I can go and screw it into the van. So this is what it looks like on the back side. So when they pull out this side, oh god, it's not plain ball. So that side goes out and goes flush against the wall there, can't push any further, and then you've got your hook to sort of rest it on at the back there. One thing to consider, if you're planning on doing anything similar, make sure that these are basically like the pillars, the supporting pillars. I'm not going to screw every single one into the wood, but remember that these sort of have to be a bit like higher this way this sort of depth, I guess, has to be higher than the depth of these bits, because as they rotate, these edges will try and push against the wall, and that will limit your ability. Although it is absolutely freezing at the moment, I'm super chuffed with the way this has come out, and I can't wait to install it on the van. It looks really cool, actually. I actually almost like the fact that the top surface isn't like it doesn't look like a smooth plank. Like there's a bit of ridge, like a few ridges in it. Gives it more of like a, no, I just like the sort of more DIY homemade made feeling rather than the exact laser cut sort of beautifully machined thing all the time. It's quite nice to have a little bit of imperfection here and there. I can't get the bottom two screws in at the moment because I think the screws are a bit too long and they're hitting the metal just behind. Well, those are the results from my little one-day project, and I'm really chuffed with the results. I love the hooks. There is like a couple of little refinements I might need to do, like obviously they're shorten the length of those screws, and also I might actually make another one because it's quite, I don't know, I quite like the idea of having another one because the sort of length of it and it fills the space better. But anyway, apart from that, really chuffed. It's a bit tricky at the moment because I'm having a load of work done to the house, so I can't really get near to where all my tools are with the van. But I'm going to try my hardest to try and get as much cool content out as possible and keep my usual schedule. So I'm really sorry I missed the last two videos. It's just really been a bad time with me trying to get back from the tour and trying to get some work done and all that sort of stuff. One really quick question is, the space I've got up here above the van, the sort of the driver's space, I'm still trying to decide what I could use it for. I mean, it's good for storage and everything, but I don't know if it could be utilised for something really useful. Now, if you have an idea of what it could be used for, or you'd like to see me use it for something, like maybe even a greenhouse and like I've installed a window up there or something, I don't know, something weird. It could be that, I might not do it, but if you've got an idea, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll let you guys mull it over and leave me your thoughts, and I'll see you DIY nomads next Tuesday.